how do you fight through the noise? And it is a message that you're selling, but you have the media lay there, and also it's independent female voters.
Yeah, sure.
And they might have a wedge issue with abortion.
Yep.
They're already putting out things that are saying that you guys are going to have a federal ban.
That's
you're
right.
going to take it away.
Yeah, which of course we haven't. I mean, Donald Trump has been very clear that he wants this to be a state's issue because, look, California is going to have a different abortion policy than Arizona, which is going to have a different abortion policy from Ohio, and that's fine. We have to let the people decide this very tough, very contentious issue. But it's interesting that Kamala Harris is not running on, I made your life better. Kamala Harris is not running on, I lowered your grocery bill. She's not running on, I closed the border. She's running on wedge issues that divide the American people rather than unite the American people. I think that shows she's scared, and it shows she doesn't have a record to run on.
And, you know, obviously you've served our nation, went to Yale, you are living the American dream. And at one point, you weren't in Donald Trump's camp.
That's right.
I mean, you've been very open about
Yeah.
that, and I think people evolve. It'd be weird if you didn't change your mind on things
Of
at
course.
some point. It's
Yeah.
natural. It shows emotional intelligence, IQ. But tell our audience, if they're thinking about one point you could be so against him, and now
Sure.
running side by side with the man,
Yeah.
how do you convince some of the critics, if you will, that you're not doing this for political gain? You're not doing this just for a way to get ahead.
Sure. Well, I think it's normal people change their minds when the facts change. It's one thing to change your mind. It's another thing to do what Kamala Harris has done and run from the media about explaining why every position she has is different from what it was 4 years ago. I mean, my attitude on Trump is I didn't think he was going to be a good president. And to be frank, I kind of believed some of the media lies about him. And then you start thinking for yourself a little bit and you start saying, well, this is what the media said that he said. But then I watched the clip of him and he actually said exactly the opposite. Or this is what the media said he was going to do, but then he actually delivered peace and prosperity for the American people. Maybe I was wrong, and when you're wrong, you should be open about it.
Well, you should be. Finally, I want to just a couple little nuggets that have cropped up. One about women in sports, but I want to ask you because you were Silicon Valley and you worked with Peter Thiel. 200 venture capitalists yesterday came out and said that they would support Kamala, Mark Cuban, and of course, no surprise, Reid Hoffman, LinkedIn founder who's gone after Donald Trump aggressively with the E. Jean Carroll funding that. But I thought venture in San Francisco was kind of coming to you guys. We had David Sachs, talking to the RNC. Elon's been really supportive. So money's a big thing, and Kamala Harris is touting her fundraising. Do you guys think that these venture capitalists in San Francisco who are still going with the woke prosecutor are making a huge mistake?
Well, they are, but a lot of them who went for Hillary Clinton in 2016 are actually going for Donald Trump in 2024. And again, I think it shows the proof is in the pudding. Trump's policies worked, and so he's gotten a lot of these skeptics to come on board in 2024. What's interesting is that the people who are supporting Kamala Harris, they're the big tech people. They're the Googles and the Facebooks of the world. They're the people who use the tech sector to censor Americans and shut them up. The tech people who are coming around to Donald Trump, they're the people they're the upstarts, right? They're trying to start new companies. They're trying to build new products. And I think that little versus big distinction is a big part about what this election is about. Kamala Harris stands for big business. We're standing for the little guy. Kamala Harris stands for the people who have shipped jobs overseas. We stand for the working man who benefit when we rebuild American manufacturing. Kamala Harris stands for big tech. We stand for little tech, the people who are scrappy and trying to build a new business. That distinction, I think, really is reflected in who in Silicon Valley is supporting Donald Trump and who's supporting Kamala Harris.